Hi friends, welcome to the information world. Friends, it's arguably one of the best Western movies ever created, and in this post, you'll discover the ultimate list of facts about the good, the bad, and the ugly. 1. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 1966, is the third movie in a series called the Dollarstrilogy, or The Man with No Name Trilogy, referring to Clint Eastwood's character, the mysterious Blondie. The first part is called A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, and the second part in the trilogy is called For a Few Dollars More, 1965. 2. Clint Eastwood was a struggling actor in the 1950s and early 1960s. He landed a few roles, but his sluggish acting style and the fact that he doesn't exactly articulate his lines fluently didn't help him much at the time. It wasn't until he shot the Dollar Trilogy, a movie made by Italians and shot in Spain, that he started gaining recognition, which eventually catapulted him to stardom. 3. It had a high budget at the time. The budget to shoot the movie was about $1.6 million United States dollars, which is the equivalent of all over $8 million today. This was a huge amount, considering that this wasn't a Hollywood production and Clint Eastwood wasn't a superstar just yet. 4. The same poncho was used in all three movies, without a washed-up man with no name, appears in all three movies of the Dollars trilogy, and it's a role that suits Clint Eastwood perfectly. One interesting fact about the poncho he wore in all three movies is that Clint wore it for the duration of the three movies without washing it once. This poncho was donated by Clint to a Mexican restaurant in the town he was once the mayor of, Carmel, California. 5. Perhaps he could afford one with box office cash. The budget of the movie was high, but then again, it was a major box office success as well. The movie grossed a total of $25 million United States dollars on a $1.6 million United States dollars budget. 6. The Spanish army played a huge role in the movie, as the soldiers didn't just serve as figurants during multiple scenes, but also built the sets. One of those massive sets was the bridge, which ended up being blown up. As a token of respect, the Spanish army captain was given the honor to pull the trigger to blow it up. A miscommunication, however, made him blow up the bridge before any cameras were running at the time. Sergioleone was so angry that he fired the one in charge of the scene. To make things up, the Spanish army completely rebuilt the bridge from scratch so it could be blown up again, an offer they were only about to complete if the fire crew member was rehired. Leone agreed and the bridge was blown up for the second time. 7. The dog wasn't supposed to be in the cemetery at the end of the movie. There's a duel in a cemetery. Ili Wallach runs frantically through the cemetery looking shocked. This wasn't just good acting though, because he was actually being chased by a dog, something he wasn't told would happen. The dog can actually be seen running through the cemetery at the beginning of the scene as well. 8. It didn't get the rave reviews it gets now. Initially spaghetti westerns, as these types of movies are referred to due to their Italian producers, weren't very popular back in the United States at the time, and that's putting it euphemistically. Therefore, it didn't get the positive initial reception it should have gotten and reviews were generally mixed. Over the years though, it received the critical acclaim it deserves, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly has become one of the greatest and most influential Western movies ever created. 9. The movie was shot in two different locations in Spain. The initial filming started in a movie set in Rome, Italy, in mid-May 1966. The majority of the movie was filmed in two different locations in Spain. The area that represents the southwestern United States was shot in a place near Burgos, north of Spain's capital Madrid, in the autonomous community of Castile and Leon. The western scenes of the movie were shot in a piece of desert near the city of Almeria in the autonomous community of Andalusia in southern Spain. The western scenes location is now a tourist attraction called Minihollywood, and has daily western shows in a town resembling the Old West. 10. The cemetery in the final scene wasn't a real cemetery but was built by the Spanish army as a set for the movie. It is referred to as Sadhillcemetery, and is located in a town called Santo Domingo de Silos near Burgos in northern Spain. After the movie was shot, it was completely abandoned and was left to nature for over 49 years. It wasn't until a couple of movie fanatics started digging in 2015 and uncovered the iconic circle that more efforts were being put into uncovering the complete movie set. The site is now a tourist attraction, and a documentary regarding the excavation was created as well, called Sadhillcemetery Unearthed 2017. Friends, I will come up with another interesting topic in the next video. Until then, Namaskar, Vande Mataram, Jai Shri Ram.